I'm about to go into a psychic trance.
Robert, what is that?
Hello, I am Robert.
Hello, I am Roberta. And today we are going to be discussing James Wan, he's the director, of the movie Insidious, 2010, right?
Yes.
Okay, 2010, Insidious, directed by James Wan.
Now, this movie is about a family's efforts to prevent spirits from attaching to their comatose young preteen boy who, but they have to go into a place called the Further, which is a lot like Stranger Things, the Upside Down, sort of, if you want.
It's a good reference.
And let's see, big stars would be Patrick Wilson, who's a daddy figure for me, and in the movie, you know him from Aquaman and the Conjuring films, the whole Conjuring universe. James Wan apparently loves him, and his wife is played by Rose Byrne, who's gorgeous. I gotta say that the actress that portrays Patrick Wilson's mommy is played by Barbara Hershey.
Okay, don't. Just don't.
Go
on.
I have a thing for Barbara.
Knew it!
She's like,
Knew it.
I don't know, she's in her 60s when this was filmed. And she looks gorgeous. Gorgeous! She's a gorgeous woman. Got it!
Did you give her enough praise yet? Did she write you fan mail too?
Gorgeous! Lynn Shay she's a psychic.
Oh yeah, the psychic.
She kind of comes to the rescue of the family.
Sort of.
She doesn't come in for a long time. It's like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
And then, there's a lot of her in there. And she's a really good character. She's a good psychic. Not a bad psychic.
She wasn't trying to, scam them.
No.
She actually cared.
No, not like that broad you hired to come cleanse the house that one time. That was terrible.
Okay, listen, if you put salt on the entryways, you can block the spirits from getting... It's a known thing. The salt was needed. You put that by the windows and by the doors. I don't think that's weird.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
They do. Burning sage actually is cleansing spiritually for a home. And it smells natural. You really should give it another try.
If you say so.
I will burn some later.
The first 20 minutes of this film, there's a lot of spookiness, Ah!
Thank you.
There's things moving and noises and stuff like that, and it's shortly thereafter that the kid goes into a coma. So that's the important premise of the film. It's not a spoiler, and then my God, it's like an hour into the film until the paranormal people show up. They just think the family thinks, oh well, our kid's in a coma. Oh well, whatever, we'll deal with that.
They are distraught. They are distraught. Comas are scary.
I will say this. This is probably the first movie I've seen where the mom says to her husband, this house is haunted. There's wacky stuff going on. And the husband says, instead of, pshaw, he says, you're right, honey. And then they move.
Isn't that great?
I'd never seen it before. Probably won't see it again.
Love to see it.
But they do. The trouble is the ghosts follow them. So,
That's the scary part, is it doesn't matter where they are. These further thingies are there.
Film was shot in 3 weeks. That's pretty fast for a feature-length film of this quality. Right?
Yeah, that's how long it took you to write the notes for this.
Yeah. James Wan, the director, Before this, he made the Saw franchise. So there's a scene in the film where they go into a school and there's a drawing on the blackboard, and it's Billy the puppet from Saw. It's like the one with the spirals on his cheeks and the white face and stuff. He rides a tricycle around.
They know who.
And then right next to the pictures, it's James Wan's name. Like, I don't know what that means.
He's like autographed.
It's
in the film.
It's certainly an homage, but does it indicate to the nerdy people out there? That would indicate to me that the Saw universe is separate from the Insidious universe, because you wouldn't reference it in one if it wasn't like a fictional work. Whatever. I don't know.
There's something there. You just haven't made the connection yet.
Keep trying.
So, fun facts. The film references two films, other films. One is 1982's Poltergeist. We see that with the steak scene.
In the kitchen.
And then the second one is obviously The Exorcist in the attic scene. With Rose Byrne, your favorite.
There are a total of 6 otherworldly spirits.
There's too many
in this film, and they're ill-defined. You just see flashes of them and stuff that are kind of haunting this family for one reason or another. The reason they did that is because they had sequels planned, and every movie after this was going to be sort of that spirit's story, if you will.
They're really trying to milk this for all they can.
I would say that this movie is pretty much all about we'll call him the red-faced spirit.
I thought the scene with the breakfast demon was the scariest part of this movie. Lines from the movie! Have you ever heard of astral projection?
Is that when you fart and you walk into the room and it follows you? The smell? No? Then I haven't. No.
A demon who seeks Dalton's body for one reason: to cause pain to others.
Just like my mother-in-law. It's time to rate it for pumpkins. How many pumpkins out of 5 do you want to give this film? 2?
What do you think?
I'm going to give it 3. I think it's better than 2. I mean, I think there's a lot of spookiness going on. There's a lot of frights. There are a lot of jump scares. But once they go into the further, there's a lot of really weird stuff.
And I did like the further
when
stuff.
they resolve like who some of these 6 spirits are, and they don't resolve all of them, it's I liked it.
I did. They used the fog machine like very extensively to the point where it's like a fog movie.
I use my fog machine every night.
For what?
Making fog.
Ah! That hand just moved. I didn't touch it. Did you touch it? It was wobbling.
How the fuck am I gonna touch a hand?
On its
I'm way
own!
the hell over here.
Well, you were doing it to freak me out! And it worked! Relax. Just relax.
Relaxed.
Just relax.
Real uptight.
It was weird and it really did wobble.